In this video, we'll go through the advantages and disadvantages of each sign stand. This is the stainless steel Dickey compact sign stand. To set it up, there's these large grips right here. Simply grab it, it releases the pin, and you lock it into place. There are two variables for an angle. If you're on a slope, you can match the slope so that the sign stand is facing upright. They have these extensions, so for windy conditions, you can extend out all the blades before you drop them down. And so the sign stand itself doesn't tip over, but the sign still tends to be pushed over by the wind and difficult to see. Once you have all the blades set out, the extension set, all you do is you take the sign, brace the bottom of the sign, put it in this little groove, and then tighten it down. Roadtech likes to have these sign stands on hand. We often use them for lane closed, so we don't need the flags, and they're very compact, so they always save us a lot of space. This is the steel pound-in style sign from Dickey. This is especially useful in rural roads when you don't have any room on the shoulder. The worse the terrain, the better this sign stand performs. When you're in urban areas or areas where they have really hard shoulders, this can be difficult to pound in. But whenever we're out anywhere rural, these are usually our go-to sign stands. For assembly, simply remove the pin, take the flat side and face it towards traffic, so that's the side that the sign is going to be on. You're going to grab this handle, raise it up. When you're pounding it in, make sure your palm's all the way down, so when this raises up, it doesn't come down and pinch your hand. Give it a good pounding. Once it's firmly in place, simply raise it up, slide the pin back in, let the sign stand drop back down, and you can attach it either here or here. When you're in hard, compact ground and the sign stand is stuck in place, for disassembly, again, remove the pin after you remove the sign and the flags. Then you can take this and do the opposite of the assembly. Pound it back out, drop the pounder back down, and put the pin back in place. This is the Dickey aluminum frame full-size sign stand. This is the one that we use the most at Roadtech for several reasons. One is it's light enough I can pick it up out of the truck without any issues. It's very easy to assemble and disassemble. There are two stomp pads on either side. You stomp with one foot, you can release both of them. When you get this sign stand new, they are a little bit stiff. So the first couple times when you're putting them in place, you just have to push them all the way down to the ground. So this one's slightly used. When I press it now, I just let them drop, lift it up, and they both clip into place. Again, lift it up, ensure that their pins are locked in place. For the flags, you just have to raise it up until it pops into the first notch, and then you can attach the sign stand right to the frame. For disassembly, I'm going to show you a trick, but you have to be careful, because if you do it too fast or too rough, you can break off the top of this flag tree. First, you're going to push in the pin to release the flag tree, press it all the way down. The way I do it is I lift it up, bring it to me right here. I have both the buttons right here. Press one, and hit it with my elbow. Press the other one, drop it down, make sure they're both locked in place. Now gently, this is the part where you can damage the flag tree. So gently place it on the ground. Then you have both buttons right here with your thumbs. Drop it down, and you're good to go. Last sign stand up is the Little Buster from Travis Devices. It's our big badass sign stand. This is great for freeway work. It's great for high wind conditions. This sign stand will stay up. To assemble the sign stand, it's very similar to the Dickey aluminum sign stand. There's a stomp right here. You release the two, and then raise it up so you make sure that the pins lock in place. Once you have the flags in place, there's another ballpoint pin you press in right here, raise it up, and you're going to attach your sign. We also exclusively use this sign stand whenever we're doing beacon lights for nighttime work, because it has these two pins so you can lock the beacon in place and it won't tip or twist in the sign stand. For the sign stand, disassembly is very similar to the Dickey aluminum sign stand. You can disassemble it the same way or whatever way you prefer. The only disadvantage of this sign stand is that it's extremely heavy. just moving it in and out of the truck, it definitely adds time to your setup and teardown. So those are all the sign stands that Roadtech has to offer. If there's a specific sign stand that you're looking for, just give us a call or shoot us an email.